attention has to be paid in various sessions that you would be having after this inauguration is over. It's been a long time since the education system and our syllabuses were formulated by none other than Lord Macaulay. But those systems were to make sure that the colonial power continued to exist. We are now a working largest democracy. We have to make our own policy. We have to look into our own future. We have to be the top, if we aren't already, as far as education is concerned, and that means that you have to completely reinvent what has been imparted as education today in our schools, colleges, and universities. Just leaving a thought with all of you, that in my humble opinion, it is absolutely essential that a great deal of time, energy, and financial resources should be allocated to research, documentation. Without proper research and without proper documentation, it will not be possible to formulate a forward-looking education system at all. And what is even more important is that whatever you decide as far as the education policy is concerned, it should be at the same time implemented at the classroom level where education is actually imparted. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a lot of success, especially the effort that the VC has taken in organizing this. Most commendable. Everybody connected with this at the Sukhadiya University needs to be congratulated, and I'm glad and I thank the VC for giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts of mine. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Guest, Professor Mohammed Hadi Hidayati, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Kabul University, Afghanistan, to kindly deliver his address.
Good morning, everybody. Her Excellency Mrs. Margaret Alka, Governor of Rajasthan and Chancellor of Mohan Sukhadiya University, Professor Trivedi, Vice Chancellor of Mohan Sukhadiya University, Mr. Akhila Joshi, Chief Executive Officer of Hindustan Zinc Limited, representative of universities in South Asia, the Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed very honored to be invited to address this international conference of Vice Chancellors from South Asian countries on nurturing new avenues in university education in South Asia. It is important to note that in addition to the Vice Chancellors, we have delegations from corporate as well. This conference offers South Asian universities leaders, senior managers, and other stakeholders to make an assessment of higher education system in the region. This conference should help us to have good quality of higher education. Our main focus should not be only on current issues and achievements, but also on the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. This conference is indeed the right platform for Vice Chancellors to fill discussion on a whole host of issues faced by universities leaders. Number one, the need for a relevant education policy in the face of increasing demands for higher education. Number two, the need to address the issue of quality, accreditation, and accountability. Number three, the need to recognize the importance of universities and their research into the understanding of major global concerns of sustainability such as climate change and food supply. And there is also a need to examine the different perspective about the provision of higher education. Some economics and higher education leaders view higher education as a business, while other global experts state that higher education is not just a business. Such basic questions are often at the very core tension that exists between public and private higher education institutions in many developed and developing countries. The 21st century has shown us that we can gain much from each other if we collaborate and improve network and linkage in the academy to help address challenges that difficult mankind. The challenge is in maintaining a spirit of cooperation while at the same time sustaining our competitive edge. The challenge is also helping to specify our domestic higher education needs within the context of local and national higher education context. Ladies and gentlemen, quality assurance, student mobility, and credit transfer across faculties, across universities, and across borders, non-traditional and innovative assessment modes, and different perspectives on the fundamental concept, teaching, training, research, and scholarship, other concerns could be discussed. The careful weighing of existing realities and against the backdrop of global benchmark should provide nations the inputs for developing universities with research capacities which will empower them to participate in the quest for and contribute to world knowledge. This is yet another development that can be the subject of discussion at this conference. Education is the most powerful weapons which you can use to change the world, said Nelson Mandela. Ladies and gentlemen, the system of higher education now existing in Afghanistan was originally established in the early 19th century to serve the country and as well as the region. Kabul University is the biggest university in Afghanistan. At the time of establishing, we had foreigner students from the region. The current system of higher education in Afghanistan consists of 114, 34 public and 80 private universities. Kabul University is the biggest university and known as model university in the country, which has almost 100 professors and 22,000 students. The effectiveness of quality and assurance mechanism is gradually being undermined by internal and external challenges. At the end, I hope this conference gives the global and regional quality assurance context for university education, schematize the challenges faced South Asian universities, and national quality assurance bodies and current efforts discusses supports recommended strategies. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, sir, for raising such relevant issues for deliberations during the conference. Words of encouragement generate a sense of achievement and create a hunger to do better. I take great pleasure in inviting Her Excellency, Mrs. Margaret Alva, the Governor of Rajasthan and Chancellor of our university, to give us her blessings. I'm very sorry, ma'am. I'm really, really sorry. I request Professor Shri H.K. Mehta for his address.
Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Governor of Rajasthan, Her Excellency, Mrs. Margaret Delwar, Arvind Singh Ji Mewar, Professor Mohan, Vice Chancellor, Kabul University, Vice Chancellor, Mohanlal Sukhadiya University, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and warm welcome to all the participants of the Vice Chancellor's Conference of South Asian countries, particularly the partners who have travelled from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Iran, Sri Lanka, and of course. I believe education is, like you, are the foundation of development of any nation. Millions of students educated under your leadership have carved the growth of the nation. They have made the success stories in the growth of the country. The social and economic development of the nation depends upon the level of education of the society. Education is not just knowledge, it is learning, and its application makes the difference. It is said, learning never stops. As you grow in life, the quest for learning only increases. Your knowledge becomes experience for others to follow. The human resource spread across the world from SAARC countries is no more a secret. The social and economic culture of SAARC countries is no doubt the backbone of global growth stories. What we need to do today is enhance its linkage with the growing industrial demands. Talking about Hindustan Zinc, a world leader in zinc production, the nature of mining has traveled to a high level of scientific mining. The processes have changed, and so the techniques of exploration, smelting, and mining. The question is our education system prepared for this rapid change? The conference focused on nurturing new avenues in university education and industry and innovation in social sciences and humanities interface will be quite helpful in bridging such gaps between what the industries are looking today in terms of professionals and what more needs to be done in the education system. I understand the conference is also expected to touch upon infrastructure, access, quality, equity, resources, and contribution of private enterprises. It shall be a good platform to deliberate on collaborative strategies to deal with the challenges ahead in the education sector. Today's economy is knowledge-driven. I would rather say it is knowledge-sharing. We at Vedanta and Hindustan Zinc encourage students' visits to world-class locations, including mines and smelters. Hundreds of students from various universities across the country enroll for internship and summer trainings with us. We also collaborate with the IITs and the engineering colleges across the country, as well as the IIMs for research projects. Once enrolled as employee, the candidates are given an induction program, and they are given the understanding of functioning of the organization. This makes them aware of the necessities and requirements of the industry endeavors. What I would like to propose at this forum is that we should encourage such visits from both sides. This is the best way of learning and unlearning, and this should become the basis of upgradation of education in relation to industry requirements. On behalf of Vedanta and Hindustan Zinc, I take this opportunity for extending this opportunity of being the co-host of this conference and be part of the useful deliberations. I hope you will enjoy your stay in Udaipur, the city best known for its lakes, and also hope that you will have a memorable time in deliberating issues in this conference.
Thank you, sir. I'm extremely sorry for the faux pas, ma'am. May I once again request you to kindly give us your blessings.
Professor I.V. Trivedi, Vice Chancellor Mohan Sukhadiya University, Udaipur, Shri Arvind Singh Ji Mewar, Chairman of this meeting, special guests Professor Mohammad Hadi Hidayati, Vice Chancellor, Kabul University, and Mr. Akhilesh Joshi, CEO of Hindustan Zinc Limited, visiting Vice Chancellors as well as Vice Chancellors of Indian universities, officials and guests from SAARC countries, staff and faculty of Mohan Sukhadiya University, ladies and gentlemen. We meet in a very historic and beautiful hall. It has seen history, and I do hope that this conference will create another landmark in the history of cooperation and understanding between the universities and the people of South Asia. I am happy to be here with you at the launch of your deliberations on an extremely important theme, new avenues in higher education in South Asia. Public discourse, which is how I see your deliberations, is invariably contextual, and as our seers put it, is located in Samay Kal. South Asian countries, barely 7 decades old independent nations, with several millennia of civilizational continuity and world-famous universities of one time, which drew scholars from far and near, are struggling to meet the basic needs of their growing populations amid contrarian pulls of tradition and modernity. We account for almost 40% of the world's population. The region, and indeed the world, continues to be convulsed by strife rooted in identity, based on country, religion, language, and caste. Such strife claimed innumerable lives over centuries, and in the run-up to and even after independence. It continues in various forms, impeding economic growth and social justice. We are yet to fully emerge from the shadows of tensions bequeathed by bitter chapters of history. We, like people in the rest of the world, have to live with change, perhaps the only constant amid ever new challenges and opportunities. The digital revolution has shrunk distances, making the world a global village. Technological advances and ideas spread across the world instantly, as it were. Happenings, good or bad, in one part of the world evoke instant reaction thousands of miles away, the world today is indeed an intricately linked web. It is evident from your agenda papers that you propose to examine the many challenges of managing change in higher education. I need hardly dwell on the specifics of management of higher education before this distinguished gathering. You, having spent long years in education, have valuable insights on this subject. In fact, I look forward to the outcome of your deliberations for my own guidance. I, having spent the best part of my career in public life and having traveled widely the world over, firmly believe that humanity in its deepest core, notwithstanding wars and strife, yearns for justice, love, peace and harmony. From this standpoint, I would like to flag for you some key concerns for education. What do we mean by higher education?